What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Manchester United are back in action again in the Premier League. Matchday 16 up against Bournemouth at Old Trafford. 8 PM kickoff tomorrow and manager is Adoni Iraola. So last season in the Premier League at home, Manchester United unfortunately lost 3-0 in December 2024, and then away from home, Man United drew 1-1 in April 2025. So last season under Iraola, Bournemouth finished 9th in the Premier League. They won a total of 15 games, drew 11, lost 12, scored 58 goals, conceded 46, finished with a goal difference of plus 12, and with 56 points. They finished in 9th, of course. So in terms of some insights for the match, Manchester United are winless in their last 4 Premier League games against Bournemouth, drawing 2 and losing 2. More winless games than they'd had in their first 12 against the Cherries, where they'd won 9, drew 1, and lost 2. Bournemouth have won their last 2 Premier League games against Manchester United, beating them 3-0 both times. No side has ever won 3 in a row against the Red Devils in the top flight while scoring 3+ goals each time. And Manchester United have lost just 1 of their last 9 Premier League games, winning 5 and drawing 3, going down 2-0 at home to Everton. They've won more points in these 9 games with 18 than they had in the previous 17 matches combined, which was winning 4, drawing 4 and losing 9. Bournemouth are winless in their last 6 Premier League matches, drawing 2 and losing 4, last enduring a longer winless streak between December and February in the 2023-24 campaign, which was 7 games. And finally, Manchester United have kept just 1 clean sheet in their 15 Premier League games this season. Only bottom side Wolves have kept fewer with 0. The Red Devils have recorded just 6 shutouts in 42 games under Ruben Amorim, with the ratio of 14.3%, the joint 8th lowest of any manager to take charge of 40 games at a Pacific club. So in terms of some clean sheets, it's not looking good for Man United. We have only kept 1 in the last 15 Premier League games, which is nowhere near good enough. 1 clean sheet all season is not good enough whatsoever. But yeah, in terms of some recent form for Bournemouth are coming away with a 0-0 draw against Chelsea at home. Before that, they did lose to Everton at home as well, and they did lose to Sunderland 3-2. They drew to West Ham before that, and then before that they won against Aston Villa 4-0. They lost to City as well, and their last win was against Nottingham Forest on the 26th of October. So they are winless in their last 6 games. So they have not won since the 26th of October, which was a 2-0 win against Nottingham Forest. So yeah, in terms of some Bournemouth team news, Lewis Cook is suspended, but in terms of Bournemouth starting 11, this is how I think they're going to line up. Petrovic in net, of course. Smith, Diakite, Senesi and Truffert making up the back 4. Scott and Tavernier making up the 2 defensive midfielders. Then Jimenez, Cliver and Semenyo making up the front 3 in behind Evan Nielsen. So in terms of how Bournemouth like to play, attacking with possession, you're going to see balanced build-up play with vertical intent. Bournemouth build from the back, often using a staggered structure, enabling both central progression and quick vertical passes into attacking areas. The aim is to advance centrally or quickly switch play to exploit spaces wide. Number 2, direct and vertical attacking philosophy. Iraola prioritizes vertically, even from simple build-up positions. Bournemouth seek direct passes into forward runners rather than prolonged possession. This creates immediate threats but also involves higher risk if possession is lost. Number 3, wide play and wide overloads. Wingers and fullbacks work in tandem to stretch the pitch. Wingers attack wide and then work inside, while fullbacks overlap to create 2v1s and crossing opportunities, generating cutbacks or diagonal entries into the box. Number 4, transitions and quick progression after turnover. Upon winning the ball, Bournemouth look to progress quickly, often attempting forward passes into the number 9 or wide plays as soon as the opposition is unsettled. This fast transition play exploits disorganized defenses. And number 5, mix of passing styles and long balls. While capable of intricate combinations, Iraola's side isn't afraid to use long targeted passes from defense or deeper midfield to bypass opposition lines or launch a counter-attack, especially when under pressure or facing a high defensive line. So in terms of defending without possession, I think they're gonna be high energy. They're gonna high press as well. One of the hallmarks of Iraola's Bournemouth is a relentless high press aimed at forcing turnovers in advanced areas. Forwards and attacking midfielders trigger pressure aggressively when opponent defenders receive the ball backwards or in risky positions. Number two, zonal and man pressure hybrid. Bournemouth often start in a structured zonal shape but quickly shift to aggressive man-oriented pressure once key triggers like backwards passes or isolated defenders. This hybrid approach increases the chance of forcing mistakes. And number three, compact lines and central channel denial. Out of possession, the team stays compact between the lines, reducing space between defense, midfield, and attack. They force opponents wide, making central progression quite difficult and encouraging riskier lateral or backward passes. And number four, mid block and squeezing the pitch. When not pressing high, Bournemouth hold a mid block, but always aim to maintain a tight formation and squeeze the pitch quickly as the ball moves, reducing passing options for the opponent. And number five, immediate counter press, gegen pressing. So after losing the ball, Iraola demands an immediate counter press to win it back quickly before the opposition can reorganize. This aggressive first reaction is key to creating quick opportunities from turnovers. So that's how Bournemouth are going to play with and without the ball. In terms of Bournemouth star man, I'm going to have to say it's Anton Semenyo. Last season he scored 11 goals and provided 5 assists. This season he already has 6 goals and 3 assists already in 14 Premier League matches. So in terms of Anton Semenyo, he's got powerful ball carrying capability. He uses his pace and strength to drive forward, beat defenders and progress the ball quickly in transitions. Direct goal threat, attack space aggressively, shoots early and contributes goals from wide or central positions, and high work rate. He fits Iraola's system with intense pressing, defensive tracking, and constant off-the-ball running as well. So I think they've got a couple of dangerous players as well. Evan Nilsson and Kluivert, they could be causing Man United some problems as well. But of course, Semenyo is the number one danger man. If we can keep Anton Semenyo quiet, then I think that we'll have a good game. I think he's a pretty underrated player. I'm surprised that he didn't move to a bigger Premier League club over the summer. But yeah, he is the most dangerous player for Bournemouth at this moment in time. So hopefully we can keep him quiet. And if we do, then we'll have a good day tomorrow. But in terms of Manchester United, we are coming away with a really good win against Wolves. It was a 4-1 victory that we got. In terms of the match, we were fast and had a ruthless start. United took early control with aggressive pressing and quick attacking play, scoring a goal to effectively scoring multiple goals to effectively end the game in the second half. Midfield dominance, energy and control in midfield allowed United to win second ball, sustain pressure and transition quickly through Wolves' shape. Game management after half-time. So Wolves did pull a goal back before half-time, but United stayed composed, limited chances and sealed the win with late goals to cap a convincing 4-1 performance. So before that, unfortunately, at Old Trafford, if we speak about our Old Trafford form, it's not been amazing recently because we are coming away with a 1-1 draw against West Ham, and then before that we did lose to Everton against 10-man Everton, which were poor results in my opinion. 1 point out of a possible 6 against Everton and West Ham. That's a total of 5 points dropped at Old Trafford. Not good enough whatsoever. And in them games we had a lack of cutting edge and control. United struggled to convert chances and dictate games, allowing Everton to punish mistakes and West Ham to stay competitive throughout. Recurring defensive and concentration issues, sloppy moments, poor game management and vulnerability in transition cost United points at Old Trafford. And like I said, that's 5 points dropped against Everton, against 10-man Everton, and against West Ham. 5 points dropped is not good enough whatsoever in terms of our Old Trafford form. In terms of Manchester United team news, Sesko is out with an injury and Maguire and De Ligt are also out for this match, unfortunately. I wish De Ligt would be returning because I think he is going to be a little bit of a miss this match, but unfortunately he is still out. In terms of the African trio of Mazraoui, Ahmad and Mbeumo, I have got them in, but it's not 100% confirmed that they will be available for this match. I'm not sure if they are available, but I'm just assuming that they are. This is my preferred 11, not predicted. So hopefully they are available for this match. I think hopefully they are, but I'm not completely 100% sure if they will be. In terms of United starting 11, of course, I've got Lemens in net, a back three of Mazraoui, Heaven and Shaw, then a midfield four of Ahmad, Casemiro, Fernandes and Dalot, and then a front three of Mbeumo, Mount and Cunha. So the notable absentees is Euro. I'm taking Euro out for Mazraoui simply because Mazraoui offers more on the ball. And then, of course, I've got Mount in there and Dalot as well. I've been slightly impressed with Dalot recently. I think he obviously he provided an assist against Wolves, and then he scored against West Ham as well. So he's been doing all right. You know, I don't necessarily rate Dalot too highly, but I have to admit these last couple of matches he has been doing all right. So that's why I've got Dalot ahead of Dogu. And then, of course, another notable inclusion is Mason Mount. I've been impressed with Mount as well, it has to be said. United's win rate with Mount in the starting 11 is an impressive 71.4%. In contrast, United have only won 2 of their 8 games he was left on the bench. Interestingly, United's 2.3 points per game when Mount has started would equate to a league-topping 34 points if he had started all 15 matches. So I think Mason Mount is on a decent run of form right now, so that's why I've got him in. He obviously scored against Wolves, and he's been playing well recently, so that's why I've got him in. In terms of Manchester United star man, I'm going to have to say it's Bruno Fernandes. He's created the most chances in the Premier League this season, and Man United do rely on him the most. He's created the most chances in the Premier League with 45. He scored 4 goals and provided 6 assists in the league so far. So let's just take a look at the most chances created. So Bruno Fernandes is of course up there with 45. Then you go down, Ahmad is there with 27. In 9th place, then Bryan Mbeumo is in 15th with 24. So I think that Bryan Mbeumo and Amad Diallo are going to be really big misses when they do go on AFCON. I think we could struggle a lot, to be honest, you know, because I don't necessarily think we have adequate replacements, especially at right wing back for Ahmad. But yeah, that's that for you. And then finally, what we'll do is we'll talk about how to beat Bournemouth. So how do you beat Bournemouth at Old Trafford? I think control transitions early. Bournemouth under Iraola thrive on chaos and turnover, so United must limit cheap losses in midfield and slow the game when needed, especially in the first 20 minutes. Beat the press with speed and width, quick circulation, third man combinations and early switches to wide players can bypass Bournemouth's aggressive high press and expose space behind their fullbacks. And number 3, exploit space behind the defensive line. Direct runs from wide players and the striker can punish Bournemouth's high line, particularly through early balls in behind rather than slow build up. Number 4, win the physical battle. Matching Bournemouth's intensity, second balls, duels and counter-pressing is essential to prevent them building momentum at Old Trafford. And number 5, be clinical in key moments. Chances will come against a risky system. United must convert early opportunities to force Bournemouth to open up further and lose control of their pressing structure. And finally, number 6, clean sheet. We have struggled defensively all season. Bournemouth have very dangerous players that can hurt us on the break. Like I mentioned, the likes of Semenyo and Kluivert. We have to be careful on the counter-attack, and we have to basically, keep a clean sheet as well. I would really like it if we kept a clean sheet, because we've only kept 1 all season, and we conceded against Wolves, which was a silly goal that we conceded against Wolves. We conceded against West Ham as well. And then obviously we lost against Everton in a really poor loss. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet, because I think, if we are to be getting top 4, we need to be keeping more clean sheets, because we are scoring goals, but we're not necessarily keeping clean sheets, which we have to be doing if we are to be getting Champions League football. So finally, let's take a quick look at the Premier League table, and then I'll give you my score prediction. So let's pull that up for you right now. Manchester United are in 8th position. We were in 6th, but obviously Liverpool and Sunderland both won their games this week. So Liverpool won against Brighton, and then Sunderland won against Newcastle 1-0, which is a good result for them. Manchester United with a win would move to 28 points, so we would move to 5th position, leapfrogging Palace, Liverpool and Sunderland. We would be tied on points with Chelsea, who are also on 28 points. I think it's really important that we do win tomorrow if we are to have any aspirations of finishing in the Champions League spaces. I personally don't think we're going to get Champions League football this season, simply because I think we've dropped too many silly points against the likes of Everton and West Ham. I think if we had won against Everton and we had won against West Ham, that's 5 extra points. We would be on 30 points, so we'd be in 4th position. And I think that's why the reason why we're not going to be getting Champions League football. I think we've dropped too many silly points at this moment in time. Hopefully that can change. But I think it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. Bournemouth with a win would move to 23 points. They've not won in their last 6, I think. So obviously they're winless in their last 5. Winless in 6 Premier League matches, their worst run under Iraola. So Bournemouth are on not a good run of form, and they've scored 4 goals in their last 5 matches as well, which is unfortunate for them. But like I said, winless in their last 6 matches. They could be winning against Man United tomorrow. Hopefully they don't. But yeah, with a win, they would move to 23 points. They would move to possibly 10th position depending on goal difference, or 11th most likely if they were to win against United at Old Trafford, because they have a goal difference of -3. But you can see at the top of the league table is starting to take shape now. Arsenal won, City won, and then West Ham and then Aston Villa also won. So you can see that Arsenal, Manchester City and Aston Villa are starting to break away, and the point difference between us and the top positions is starting to get larger and larger. So it is going to be more difficult to be moving up the league as more game weeks go by. The league table starts to take shape. It's going to be more and more difficult for Manchester United to be moving up the league. So it's really important that we do come away with 3 points against Bournemouth tomorrow. I'm not sure if we will. I'm a little bit of a pessimistic because I don't necessarily believe that United are consistent in their performances and the results. Yeah, you can have a look at our last 5 games. We drew against Tottenham, we lost against Everton, we won against Palace, we drew against West Ham, and then we won against Wolves. We've got a mixed run of form right now, and I'm not sure if we are going to be getting 3 points tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully we do, because like I said, we want to be in touch with the Champions League spaces, and like I said, Arsenal, City and Villa are starting to pull away. But yeah, hopefully we do come away with all 3 points. In terms of my score prediction, I'm going for a 2-1 Bournemouth win. Being a little bit pessimistic, I'm going for Semenyo, Cliver and Mount to score the goals. I don't believe in Amrim and the team yet to deliver consistent performances and results. I said before the West Ham and Wolves game, if we don't win them games, it's going to tell us a lot about how the season is going to go. If we don't pick up maximum points in them games, I don't see us getting Champions League football. And like I said, I don't want us to lose, but my sentiment is still very pessimistic. But hopefully I am wrong and Man United come away with all 3 points. If you enjoyed this preview, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you after the match.